Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are safe and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, obviously, and it has been a minute since I've done a pickups video. So this video is going to be a designer pickups in the last, I don't know, I think the last time I did a pickups video was about maybe half a year ago, maybe a little bit more than that, or like a dedicated pickups video. So today's is going to be a designer pickup video. So things that are a little bit higher end that I've purchased over the past 6 months, I think. I think it's 6 months, I'm not sure. But regardless, a little bit of a life update. I actually, if you guys don't recognize this setup, I have moved out and moved to a new place with one of my very, very good friends, and I'm still setting everything up. I'm getting my desk set up, getting some sort of setup for this background, so hopefully the lighting's okay, hopefully this display is okay for now. Just know it's a work in progress, but without rambling on too much, let's get on to the first piece. Now, the oldest of all these, I believe, is actually going to be this jacket. This right here is a beautiful varsity jacket from Reese Cooper. Now, I believe this is a much older collection. The collection says Lone Pine here. It's like falling off a little bit. I actually got this from a homie of mine, but there is one issue. I am not 100% sure if this fits me right. I want it to. Trust me, I want this to fit me properly. But if I just put it on for you guys right now, it's just, it works. It's just a touch small, just a touch. I can't quite button this up. My shoulders are a little too wide for that, but honestly, I think if I just wear it open, I think it actually works quite well. But what do you guys think? Is it too small for me? Of course, you see the iconic Reese Cooper little clasp here. And my favorite detail about this piece is actually how this side is like a navy and then this other kind of side is going to be green, and it's actually split. And you can kind of see the split there, and then the cuffs are two different colors as well. Just a nice varsity jacket. Of course, I feel like everybody needs one, at least one. But let me know what you guys think. Is it too small for me? And since I started off with jackets, I might as well keep the trend going. I'll go from basically top to bottom. So next up is going to be a jacket that I got on a vlog. I got this at a store called Glasswing. It is this jacket right here. This is a Kapital Century denim jacket. This piece, when I tried it on, I thought it was so very, very perfect. Indigo 123 jacket from Kapital. You can kind of see the texture of the jacket. So, doing a little bit more research, this jacket is just extremely dark indigo, and what the 123 denotes is that this was dyed 3 different times in 3 different types of indigo. Such a beautiful piece. It is basically the darkest indigo I've ever seen, nearly black, and as it fades and as it starts crocking on things, which is, denim bleeding, and as this kind of fades, I think it's going to be such a unique looking piece. But nevertheless, just a few details. This is modeled after what is, I guess, traditionally a type 3 jacket, but look at that. The texture itself is just so beautiful. And then the only other detail that I'd like to show off is the buttons are Kapital branded, if it'll actually work with me. There we go. But this one was not cheap. This was unfortunately $700, which I think is really, really steep. At least for me, it really hurt to kind of make the purchase. But the experience in the shop was so good. I was on vacation. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just splurge. I don't regret the purchase by any means, but I was very heavily considering buying the jacket version as well as the the denim pants version, which those two together would have been, I think, $1,300. And that's before tax, and I just could not do that. Treat yourself sometimes, and I treated myself to this denim jacket. Next up, to keep up with the Kapital theme, because y'all know how much I love Kapital, I actually have another Kapital piece, another Kapital Century denim piece, and that is this right here. I'm actually unsure if I've ever shown this off in a video before, but I love this pair of pants. Oh my goodness. This is the Kapital number 5? The Kapital number 5 unripened persimmon dyed century denim. Very long name for what is essentially a brown pair of pants with indigo stitching throughout the entire thing. And I have a Kapital bandana that's hanging down from the actual belt loop. So you can kind of see the iconic smiley right there. But I have that hanging down from the front belt loop. I think it adds a little bit of nice detail. And yeah, I've been wearing this a couple of times. I've had this for a little bit, a couple of months I would say so, but just a little close-up on the details there. One of my favorite things about Kapital's Century denim jeans are the cinch in the back. I know it's a very old detail that a lot of older like Levi's jeans have, but I just love it so very much. So the number 5 is the persimmon dyed Kapital Century denim. Honestly, there's not too much to say. It's just a pair of I would consider these like a slim, straight type of pant, but it is slightly long, so more often than not I wear a cuff at the bottom. I have a strange obsession with century denim. I really want to own just about all of them. I think I have the gray pair, I have this pair, now I have the 1, 2, 3 century denim jacket. So I have 3 iterations of century denim, and I would really like to add one more. If I could just add one more, that's a lie. There's probably gonna be plenty more. But if I could just add the number 9 mud dye jeans to my collection, so basically the black and gray version of this, that'd be amazing. And then the 1, 2, 3 pair of jeans, that would be nice too. So in a sense, I guess I'm looking to get 4 different iterations of century denim. Do I need it? Absolutely not. It's just a weird goal that I've kind of set for myself, but since they are all so very expensive, the cheapest of which I think was probably the gray pair that I have shown off in a video before. That one costed, I don't know, it was a while ago actually, before century denim was kind of that big, but I think I got that pair for like 200 something, maybe 250, and it's just gotten more and more expensive from there, which kind of hurts a little bit, but I mean, what are you gonna do? The most expensive one I think is actually the mud dyed one, so the number 9, the gray and black pair. If I can find a picture of it, I'll definitely show you guys. But that pair is so cool, and I think I'd wear that the most just because it's practically a black pair of jeans. But that'll come in the future, hopefully. To get another pair of pants out of the way, so I have another piece from Kapital. Yet again, more Kapital. More Kapital. Because I love Kapital so much. So here we go. This is just a black pair of cargo pants. There's really not all that much to say. It's just a black cargo pant. And this is one I actually also got in Seattle at Glasswing. That store was so amazing, and I think I mentioned in my Seattle vlog that I was actually just chatting it up with the Kapital buyer of the store. So that dude was super cool, super knowledgeable, and when you drop knowledge at a store, I'm so much more inclined to buy it, even if it's pretty expensive. This was actually cheaper than the other things that I had purchased. This was indefinitely cheaper than the denim jacket, but just a nice black pair of cargo pants that have a little bit of, I would say kind of a slim fit to it, but what really caught my eye is these back pockets. So if you look, these back pockets, one, are gigantic, and two, are kind of asymmetrical. They're kind of situated askew from each other, which is kind of cool. It gives a little bit of a drop crotch effect, and y'all know how much I love drop crotch. And then if you can kind of see this side belt loop, interestingly enough, this belt loop stops here, but it continues on and just dangles off to the side, which I think is another really interesting and cool detail. I have two more pairs of pants to show you. This one is actually from Beams, Japan. And interesting story about this one, well, it's not that interesting. It's just interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys. But Beams, Japan, so recently, at least fairly recently, I don't really know, Resorts World, the new casino opened up in Las Vegas, and they actually have a Fred Segal there. Fred Segal is just a clothing boutique that's out of LA pretty much. And one thing I will say about Las Vegas, as much as I enjoy living here, the shopping here sucks, dude. Like, the shopping is horrible. There's only maybe 1-2 boutiques that I think are actually worth checking out. The vintage in Las Vegas is really cool and great, but the shopping, at least for my taste, is like almost non-existent. But that's, again, me rambling. Resorts World opened up. Fred Segal carries Beams now, which is really awesome. Got this pair of cargo pants. Just a nice traditional green, military green, olive green. Not too much to say about this one. Has really nice, interesting pockets on the front here. So these pockets, the what are considered cargo pockets, open at the side. And at the very bottom, well, not the very bottom, a little like around the knee area, off to the side of the knee, is going to be this little like flap pocket with a zipper. And then at the very bottom, to cinch up the bottom, has a little bit of Velcro. Fits really well with boots. They're kind of long, and unfortunately with the bottom detailing, I can't hem them. I don't want to lose that detail at the bottom, but I mean, you know, I think they look good nonetheless. I've been really into kind of oversized pants, and I have another pair of pants to show you guys. Two pairs of pants that are like way oversized and really baggy. Next up is a pair of pants from a brand that I don't usually purchase from, not for any particular reason, it's just I don't really resonate with a lot of things that they've made so far, but this is a pair of Dsquared, or not jeans, but Dsquared cargo pants. And I only got this because it is like incredibly wide leg. It actually looks really, really cool. When I put them on, it basically hides my entire shoe. It's kind of weird, but I think kind of the ballooning proportions of the legs is just something that I've kind of wanted to delve into, because I'm just so used to. I've never actually worn a pair of pants that were just so wide in the leg, and I think this is a great first foray into that. I got a size large in this, and yeah, I mean, you know, it's basically your traditional cargo pant. There's nothing too crazy about it other than the fit, but I got this in a, I got this in a size 50. The waist is rather large for me, but I kind of cinch it with a belt up top, and then it gives this really cool like kind of ballooning effect. Sometimes flattering, sometimes not. They were unbelievably long, so I hemmed these myself. That's actually a really cool skill to learn. That was one of the first things I learned how to sew, or like that I wanted to learn how to do. So I highly suggest, if you have the time, learn how to hem your own pants. It saves the time and a little bit of money. It's great. All right, next pair of pants. I buy a lot of pants. This next pair of pants is probably like, again, I splurged, I was on vacation. So the way I found this pant was I actually went to Selvedge in Portland. And if you don't know Selvedge, they're just huge on denim and huge on Americana. And I saw this pair of pants there. I was talking to one of the dudes in the store and he gave me just so much information about this pair of pants. So, as you guys know, I absolutely love Rick Owens. However, not the skinniest guy, obviously, so I can't really wear a lot of Rick Owens pieces just because they're more suited towards very skinny and athletic builds. So what I found was most of the jeans that they had there were like, oh, they were like slim to skinny, and I'm like, not really feeling that, at least not right now. And so he brought out a pair of pants for me from the back that they recently had gotten in and not yet put onto the floor, and I was able to try on. And it was a new pair of Rick Owens denim. And you guys know how much I like denim. You guys know how much I like Rick Owens, so this purchase just kind of made sense. So this pair right here is a Rick Owens Dark Shadow Fall Winter 21. I can't pronounce the name of the collection for the life of me. If you guys know how to pronounce it, please put it in the comments below. But this pair right here, on the surface, it looks like a black pair of pants, like any other black pair of pants, which, to be fair, it's just a black pair of pants. But I get so excited about it because this is basically a denim version of a pusher pant, if you guys know what that is. It is just like incredibly wide. It is so cool. The dude in the store, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, but it is kind of reminiscent of rave jeans, how wide they are. They're just so absolutely gigantic when you put them on, and they're so very long. Actually, let me measure this out really quick. So measuring it out, the inseam isn't out of the ordinary. 33.5, way too long for me personally, because I'm not that tall. I'm about 5'9". But what kind of really adds height to this pant is the rise. The rise is a whopping 16 inches. I actually have never seen a pant that is so high in the rise. But honestly, it gives such a cool look. I will indefinitely going to be hemming these myself just because I want it to fit right. I know that this is a very expensive pant to alter to me, but I don't really intend on giving this up. This pair of pants is so cool. It has this incredibly thick dark shadow kind of black leather tab reminiscent of where the Levi's tag would go. Here are the tags right here. Here is the Rick Owens tag for you guys. I got a size 34. This also is in a Japanese selvage, which, I mean, you know, I'm sold on already too. The specific kind of cut of the pant is actually called the Geth cut, and oh my goodness, I hope they make more pants like this, because I will buy them again and again. And then just to show you guys the bottom hem right over here, it's not a traditional chain stitched hem like on a lot of different jeans. It is just kind of like a folded over seam, kind of like a pair of chinos would be. And then here is the selvage, completely blacked out. I am just so extremely excited about this purchase. I didn't actually buy them from Selvedge. I found them at Selvedge, and then I actually went to purchase them from somebody else on Grailed. So, I mean, you know, I would have loved to buy them at Selvedge. They were just so very expensive. I think they were like $900, which I was not willing to pay that. So I actually got it for a much cheaper price on Grailed. I think around $500. And it's funny because it's just a black pair of jeans. Oh, another detail that I didn't show you guys is going to be the kind of darting in the inner thigh. And that's basically in line with, that's basically in line with a lot of other Rick Owens pants. I know that was a lot of pants, I know that was a lot of me rambling, but moving on to the shoes, I have 3 pairs of shoes to show you guys, and they're all, in my opinion, bangers. If they weren't, I would have bought them, right? So, the first one is going to be the only one that happens to have a box. So, this right here. So you can see the black Nike box. There you go, here's the tag. But opening them up, really cool, really interesting pair of shoes. I'm kind of gravitating towards more all blacked out shoes just because it's simpler. But this is the Comme des Garçons Air Max 95 black version. So what I found really, really cool about these is that if you can kind of tell, if I kind of zoom in a little bit, there's a lot of exposed material with a raw hem over on the sides of the shoe, both the medial and the lateral side. And as you wear them, these areas will start to fray and look a lot more disheveled, and I just like that look. I think it's cool. A shoe that kind of changes over time as you wear it. It's kind of a really interesting concept, and it's very similar to the New Balance 2002R Protection Pack. I don't know if that's actually the right name, but I'm gonna go ahead and put some pictures, and it's very, very similar in concept to these shoes. And I've also never owned an Air Max 95. And I think they look pretty cool. Super chunky. I got them at an 8.5. I'm usually a 9. They work. Little tight, little snug, but they work. Next shoe up is going to be a pair of Yeezy 950 boots. Now, this pair was fun to get. And I mean that very sarcastically. So this pair right here, I'm sure a lot of you have seen. I really, really enjoy this pair. I've had it for a little bit. I've had another pair of Yeezy 950s, but this one I was able to actually purchase off of Depop. I found it 8.5. Again, a little bit snug, but it works for me. And the person was only, the person on Depop was only willing to ship inside of Switzerland, which I found very strange, but thankfully I actually have family in Switzerland and they were able to send them to them, and that family member was able to send it to me. So shout out to you. Thank you so very much for helping me out with this purchase. And I was able to get these for $400, $430 I think, which was great. And honestly, they look really cool. They're great for the winter, and honestly, I couldn't be happier, really. When they first came out, I remember when these first came out, I was really not about it, and I was like, this looks kind of ridiculous, because at the time, everything was about like skinny jeans and slim sneakers. I remember this was the era of zipper denim and Ultra Boosts, and now I really appreciate this. This is a lot more my speed. The shape is amazing. The way that like kind of pants lay over it, especially if it's a loose pair of pants, looks really, really good. Super chunky, super functional. They're pretty waterproof. They're modeled after a duck boot. There's not enough good things that I can say about this pair of shoes. I highly suggest them, although they do have their issues sometimes, because the kind of the midsole area and then part of the upper is rubber. It's just bonded together, and as the shoe creases, it can actually cause some separation, but I would say it doesn't really compromise the integrity of the shoe, at least not that I've seen so far. It might compromise kind of like the waterproof aspect to the shoe, but I live in Las Vegas, so it's not rainy at all. So this works really, really well. If anything, a little too excessive for the weather that we have in Las Vegas, but that's okay. All right, last shoe, very last one for the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around, but I promise you this one's a banger. I got a pair of CCP Tornado boots. I know I've shown it on the channel before, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of an up-close look at this actual shoe. This pairs extremely well with my Century denim, at least in my opinion. Carol Christian Pole Tornado boot. This is in color 19, which is kind of like a dark gray. It has such beautiful scarring. The leather is scarred horse leather. If you can see the detail on the toe, just the creasing is just so beautiful, the ridges, and then over on the side here you can kind of see that it goes from this scarred leather all the way up to kind of like this nicer suede up top. Leather is super thick. Here's that tornado zip, exposed shank on the bottom. Obviously have the Vibram soles in there just because I want these to last as long as humanly possible for the price that I paid. I got a size 7. I'm normally a size 42 or a true to size 9. And these are just gorgeous. Just a nice close look at them. You can kind of really see the texture of the leather, and that's really what I kind of fell in love with here. It is just such a beautiful pair of boots. Tornado boots are indefinitely one of my absolute grails, and to have the opportunity to be able to buy this shoe really means a lot. I put a lot of work in, I was patient, I tried to get like kind of the best iteration of this shoe, and I'm just so very happy. I'm almost afraid to wear them because I just cherish them so much. I know it's weird for people to obsess over clothing like this, but it is just something that represents so much to me. This is, in my opinion, the kind of like epitome of the things that I love in fashion. The quality is amazing. It feels uncomfortable to walk in, if I'm honest. These boots are very stiff because the leather is so thick. It's not the most practical boot in the world. However, the artistic value of it to me is just amazing. If you want to like know a little bit more about CCP, I'm not the one to go to. I would definitely refer you guys to David Mosier. His YouTube channel goes into a lot of CCP, and if you want to know what the hype is all about for CCP, I would go to him because he is definitely more of the CCP expert than me. I'm very much a novice in the world of CCP and avant-garde. I want to get into avant-garde so much more, however my body type doesn't really lend it to, it's not that compatible, I would say, unfortunately. But yeah, CCP, tornado boot, just, this is like a display piece for me. Like yes, I'll wear them, obviously. I paid my money just so that I could have this item, but this is like almost a display piece for me. And I'm just so excited. Excited for all of these things, truly, and I appreciate and just admire the details on each one of these pieces and every piece in my wardrobe. But this has to be pretty close to the top of the list for things that I own, and I'm very thankful to be able to be in a position to be able to own this. So there are 2 pieces of jewelry that I actually wanted to show you guys. So brought the camera a little bit closer to me so we can actually look at the details. But in this little black baggie, if you guys know, you know, boom. 2 little pieces of jewelry that I've actually purchased over the past couple months. So they are both from Chrome Hearts. One was from their actual retail location on Las Vegas Boulevard at the Wynn, and then the other one was actually acquired during my vlog at Drip Tea Market in Seattle. So the first one, Drip Tea Market, I got this right here. It's a Chrome Hearts heart. It's literally a chrome heart, but I don't know if it'll focus. Please focus. I think that's the best it's gonna do. But yeah, literally a chrome heart. And then the other one is actually a Chrome Hearts scroll ring, which is a little bit of a, just a cuff. A cuff that has nice little detailing over it. But yeah, so I usually actually, because I work in a hospital and whatnot, I don't really wear my nice jewelry, but I usually wear just a little cuff and a black stud that I actually got off of Amazon for like super cheap. And so that's kind of like my daily wear stuff. And then these 2 are actually going to be things I wear for nicer occasions. There we go. Most recent designer pickups over the past half year. Yeah, we'll say half year. What do you guys think? Did you guys like any of these pieces? And I'd be very interested to see if any of you guys disliked any of these pieces. Kind of just a morbid curiosity. There is indefinitely more to come. I have a lot of other pickups, and there's another video I wanted to solely dedicate to small brands that I wanted to kind of tell you guys and show you guys. So I'll be doing that video as soon as humanly possible. But yeah, until that video, thank you guys for watching this one. I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram at wears_Galdo. And Garmin Dye is my mood board as well. But thank you guys. I'm very excited to be in a new place. I apologize if the lighting or the setup isn't great. I know this room kind of has quite a bit of an echo to it, but I appreciate you guys, and I'm very excited to show you guys more. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video, and you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. Later.